Perhaps you're feeling lost in life. We're born as purely sovereign, natural beings. So how are we going to alchemize these conditionings into a way that let us live our fullest lives in either the masculine or feminine? You can be a male with feminine qualities, you can be a female with masculine qualities. You must confront them in order to push past these blockages. Hello and thank you for joining me yet again. This is me, Pat Nash, talking to the camera raw without any preconceived idea of what I'm going to be saying, nor a script to follow. Now, one thing that has been popping up a few times this week for me is the balance between masculine and feminine. So something I'd like to talk about is the habits of the masculine and feminine. When we're born into this world, we're born as purely sovereign, natural beings without any preconditioning of what it means to be a masculine or feminine person. Now, you can be a male with feminine qualities, you can be a female with masculine qualities. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, there's two qualities that matter, the masculine and feminine. And these qualities can be applied throughout different habits that we do, that we live by every single day. So, what is a masculine habit, for example? A masculine habit could be getting out of bed, first thing in the morning, having a cold shower, living a very disciplined lifestyle. These particular actions, these particular habits, show more of a masculine trend, as opposed to that of a feminine habit, which may be reflecting. Now, this could look like journaling, this could look like documenting. Feminine and masculine habits are so important to not only recognize, but to continually embody, no matter who we are as a person. Now, this isn't to say that if you are more of a masculine person, that you must start embodying the feminine qualities and habits to live a more fulfilled life. No. Acknowledge who you are. You may show more masculine habits, you may show more masculine qualities, so lean into them. Go through and experience these masculine qualities as much as you possibly can, in the sense of don't feel like you need to be showing the feminine qualities to find balance in what it is you're doing. So if you are trying to find your way, weave your way through the understanding of masculine and feminine, where do you start? Well, that's a great question. A lot of us are conditioned into believing we have to be in one particular way. Perhaps we're raised by a mother that only shows masculine qualities. These qualities can be extremely handy later in life when it comes to creating business, when it comes to living a disciplined routine. Perhaps we had a father with feminine qualities, a father that was not afraid to tell you he loves you, a father that was not afraid to show up and help you where you needed help. See, it does come down to this conditioning. As I said, we're born as sovereign creatures, as sovereign beings. So how are we going to alchemize these conditionings into a way that let us live our fullest lives in either the masculine or feminine. First, it's recognizing. We need to recognize who we are. We need to fully understand where we are coming from, where we've come from, and the direction we're choosing to go in the present. If you don't understand who you are, how do you expect to fully experience the proper traits of the masculine or feminine to start embodying your higher self? It's not going to happen. Maybe you're feeling lost. Perhaps you're feeling lost in life. Perhaps you're feeling that there's some sort of blockage when it comes to overcoming these masculine qualities. Overcoming the masculine ordeals in life that you must face. Whether this is confronting a masculine figure in your life, male or female. You must confront them in order to push past these blockages, to face these shadows that you have put on the back burner for far too long. So let's look at an example. I had someone reach out to me not long ago saying that their grandmother was dying, their grandmother was passing away, but they couldn't reach out to her because there was a blockage toward the father. Their father, they didn't want to show emotion, they didn't want to break down in front of the father and show vulnerability. This is a blockage toward a particular masculine figure that doesn't quite understand the feminine. So, my word of advice was think about who it is you truly want to be. Think about where this particular blockage is coming from. This is coming from a sense of being scared of truly approaching the masculine and confronting it. And when you're scared of confronting something, it's a very clear indication that a higher version of you is on the other side. So, what this person did, they took it upon themselves to reach out, to be vulnerable, to talk to their grandmother, and in turn, they had to be vulnerable in front of their father. Their father noticed this vulnerability. He acknowledged it. And as soon as he acknowledged this, they found themselves on another level of understanding their inner masculine, where it comes to taking charge of their own life situation. See, we have this amazing power. We have this amazing power within our thoughts. We have the power to create our reality. The power of thought is an amazing thing. If you are to think, oh boy, I cannot do this, I cannot achieve this, there's a good chance that you will not. It all starts from within. Don't expect the external masculine, feminine forces to help guide you. Sure, there will be figures. There will be other beings in your life that will help direct you. Whether it feels like help at the time, or if it feels like a pressure that you must overcome to achieve this higher version of yourself. So, how do you find this balance? Like I said, it's not necessarily about balance. It's about the understanding of who you are. And think about masculinity and femininity as being the North and South Pole. You can't have one without the other. There's a magnetism between both. It could be the positive or negative charge on a battery. Neither can exist without the other. Perfect and imperfect. In the imperfections lies the most perfect answers. And truly, is anything really perfect? So, your understanding of being a masculine being may look like doing all the macho, manly things. Your understanding of being a feminine being may be eating purely vegetables, perhaps. And we've seen from the past a lot of even men, a lot of men that were purely not photographers, philosophers and critical thinkers from back in the ages had a plant-based diet, as opposed to those who were out hunting every single day. Not to say that these meat carnivores weren't thought-provoking creatures, but the intake of a masculine habit and food diet certainly reflected upon what their output was. Their input reflected on their output. When we decide on the habits that we choose to live every single day, it's great for us to recognize whether they fall into the masculine or feminine quality. Because if you can recognize which habit lies into which quality, you can start recognizing exactly who you are and what you need from them. I personally believe that I have a rather good balance of both the masculine and feminine. I'm quite happy opening up, but I'm also a very disciplined person. And I notice that these particular habits of masculine, where it comes to being disciplined, making decisions on the spot, as opposed to the feminine, where indecisive manners are quite regular. Again, not to say that males and females are different. This is the masculine and the feminine. So, with this understanding of both masculine and feminine habits, we can truly start alchemizing a better and more full version of ourselves. And it's an exciting thing, a very exciting thing, when you do recognize this. So play. At the end of the day, if we're not playing, we're not reaching down into the true nature of our souls, of that sovereign being that we are. Play with the idea of masculine and feminine habits. How you can start embodying that higher version of yourself based on whether they are masculine or feminine. Are you a more masculine being? Are you a balanced being? Are you a feminine being? Perhaps you have been leaning far too much into the masculine, and suddenly you start beginning to crave the feminine. And anytime we begin craving something, it's a good indication that we're living in lack of. This could apply to your relationships. Not just the relationship with self, but the relationships with family, partners, and friends. Are you attracting the opposite of what you are? Or are you attracting and magnetizing those that enhance the type of person you are? Conflict can be great for growth. The debate is not a bad thing. In a big way, showing up on social media allows for people to truly experience love, hate, and debate. And if you're not leaning into that fuller version of masculine where you can have that debate, you may find yourself cowering away. If you can't show enough empathy into the opinions of others and accept that that's coming from the perspective of another, then you're going to find it very hard to recognize your own approach and how you choose to respond to those people. So, I'd like to wrap it up here. Of course, this is my current understanding of the difference between masculine and feminine habits and how you can begin embodying one or the other today based on exactly who you are and your understanding of yourself. How can you be the beautiful sovereign creature that you came here and you were meant to be? How can you alchemize these understandings of one or the other to become that whole creature, that whole being that you are? So as always, let's have 3 deep breaths together and have a reflection upon what we've spoken about today. Deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. May we embrace the power of understanding who we are, the north and south poles, the positive, negative charge, the masculine and feminine balance of our complete self, and how we can begin alchemizing into a higher being, into the higher self, while staying present in this particular moment. By pausing and choosing to recognize where we are, who we are, and how we can embrace those around us, the ones that can lift us, the ones that can challenge us into being that higher, most sovereign piece of humankind that we can possibly be. Thank you for joining me yet again here in my backyard. A lovely place to be, nature. And let this be your little reminder to step out into nature, to embrace its glory, and to try and understand a little bit better your own thoughts. Reflect upon that feminine. Take it upon yourself to do the discipline challenge, to get out there embrace that masculine habit and do the thing. Do the damn thing. You're the only one stopping you. Bless you all, and I'm excited to see you again next week.